Hi, welcome to Alchemist Swim, and I am Alchemist Jen. Welcome. It is a beautiful day. I've got Kitty here joining me. He's amazing, but he knows this, so I guess I have to share that with you too. So the whim of the day is I'm preparing for some dyeing tomorrow. So I have some spinning fiber that I'm going to be dyeing, and then I also wanted to play with some knitting blanks. So these are I've made tubes on my knitting machine, and so that I can dye them and hopefully get some gradients or some different effects than I would normally get if I'm dyeing it in a yarn in like a skein form where it's more round, you know, a bigger, maybe you don't know, bigger section of it that's a hank is generally a bit like a big circle of yarn wound, and then it's kind of twisted into itself. So still might not make sense. I'll show you what that means. I don't have anything right here with me, of course, as I'm talking about this, but we can talk about it later. We've got plenty of time if we're going to do this every day. So for now, this is my tube that I have gotten for today. So it's a nice length. It's a whole skein of yarn in one beautiful tube. So that will be exciting to play with. This is a Andean Highland wool. So it's got it's, I wouldn't call it, I mean it's soft, but and bouncy, but it's not like, ooh, that's super soft. So it's got some texture to it, which is gonna give you that beautiful knit stitch there too. So you can see that it's multi-ply, so it's gonna, I think it's at least 3 or 4, I don't know if you can see that there, ply yarn, and it is fuzzy. And this is one of the yarns that I'm considering for my crochet patterns and having crochet kits. It is a worsted weight, so it's not too thin, it's not too thick, and I can see that it has a nice consistent stitch value to it, so I think it might work. So I'm going to see how it dyes up. It's fun to experiment and to see what yarns will work for different things. So this one, as I was using the knitting machine, I wasn't so sure if it would work well for a hat, but then I'm kind of thinking that it might too still. So it'll soften up a little bit as I dye it, because then I'll end up washing it a little bit too, so it might loosen up the fibers, maybe make them bloom a little bit more. Blooming means that they're gonna just expand a little bit, and maybe it'll look more, maybe it'll probably be softer, and maybe it'll be a little bit more fluffy. So we'll see how that part plays out. I'm excited to dye this, and I will share what the results are probably tomorrow after I do it, so you can see what it looks like wet, and then once it's dry, and then probably, you know, as it looks as a skein. My current plans are that we'll see what happens. So it's always fun just to see which way I go. I might change my mind completely, and that's fine, because part of the creative process, and my creative process, I tend to jump around a lot. So just kind of see what sounds good today and kind of go with it. Use the natural vibes that I'm feeling, I guess, or directions as well. So, oh yeah, you want to come down? Sorry, cat. You know, cat. So I have a tapestry behind me, so I figure I can showcase the ones that I have for now. And so this one is ice dye. It's folded in on itself. You can see the repeating pattern toward the middle. So it's folded in half, folded half again, and then it creates this more of a rectangle motif with the dyes. And I really like ice dyeing in that it really feels almost glacial in how the water has flowed through the fabric to pull the dies through. My fancy fingers, and show you some different areas. So it's just another one to showcase. I'll probably just, you know, keep making more and show you more, and it's just a fun process. So it reminds me that you know, I'm doing fun stuff, that I'm having fun, and that I'm playing, and that maybe other people like it too. So that's kind of where I am today. Happy to die tomorrow. I'll share some things, and then I have I think I'll probably do like a little reel or something, put it up on Instagram, and maybe something over on TikTok too. Everything's under Alchemist Swim, at Alchemist Swim. So if you want to follow me in those areas, you can too. I put some process things behind these videos. I did some winding. I wound this up from the skein into a ball. So if you want to see what a skein looks like, that's a good way to see it, because I will put it up there too. So how it looks in the skein form, and then it goes into a ball, and then I use my knitting machine. So there are some process things that you'll see on my other platforms as well. So feel free to check it out. That's kind of how I'll probably do everything. So I want to use this motivation, this momentum of this daily creative practice that I'm trying to make into a habit and part of my, you know, just a general lifestyle, is being, you know, more visible, being more, I guess this is an art form in itself too, right? So I want to use it on this platform, other platforms as well, and just really, you know, create maybe a community, or have connections, and I don't know, it's just gonna be fun. And so I'm glad you're here. I think it's gonna be more fun as we go along, and I hope you have an amazing day, and tomorrow we'll see where the wind takes us. Thanks so much. Toodaloo.